What is up, y'all? So I'm back on the same day that I post-commentated my last video, but I am pretty excited to keep using this team, so I want to jump right into it. I'm not going to go over this team too much right now because I'm actually going to post-review this team after I play the matches for this video, because I did a pre-review in the video before this where I, said my thoughts on the team before I actually tried using it, and then I'm gonna do a post-review after this video is over, where I, feel like I did my sufficient 2 videos for it. This team is created by a fellow YouTuber named Giga Watts 94. He's one of my friends and fellow content creator who I, link up with on Discord and talk about team building and things like that. And we just thought it would be nice to try each other's teams this month, so that's why I'm trying this team out. And it does have some Pokemon that I've pretty much never used competitively for various reasons, Garchomp, Kartana, and Bronzong being those Pokemon, as well as I have pretty much never used Moltres either before using this team. So, that's really the reason why I chose this team. However, Giga does also have a 5-team video out for this month, just like I do. So if you're looking for some teams to, rent for this month, you've got Giga's video. Look at his teams, give him a like and subscribe. You got my teams. If you're not subscribed to me, appreciate your subscribes, definitely. Random Gaming has some teams out. I think RandomGaming VGC has some teams out, although I gotta, check with him how easy they are to find. And so, we definitely got some homies with some teams out for you guys to try. But with that being said, I want to start playing these matches. So here's the team. If you want to try it, give it a try. But let's turn it over to some battles. Alright, my first opponent's name is Bobs. First opponent for the day, Bobs. What does he really have for Kartana? I mean, what does he really have for Garchomp? He definitely has stuff for Garchomp. He's gonna go for Trick Room, right? Which makes this kind of difficult for me. I could just start setting up Bronzong. Just starting to try to set up Bronzong might be a good idea. So maybe I lead Kartana Bronzong, and if I really want, I can just reverse their Trick Room right away, or I can just start getting some, defense boosts off. We could lead our Moltres, doesn't really feel that good. Rotom's kinda okay here, but not good with one of their boys on the field, so if that's the case, we gotta get rid of it first, and we also gotta look out for some other stuff. I feel like Comfy's gonna probably be the best in the back here. I don't really know how I felt about some of the other stuff, so let's see what happens. Clefable and Credilli. That's... So they don't have Trick Room right off the bat. So should I even Dynamax, or should I just go for the Smart Strike and the Iron Defense? If they have Mystical Fire, that would definitely be bad, but I feel like... What are my benefits and disbenefits of Dynamaxing right now? Benefits are I get more defense boosts and possibly one-shot. Disbenefits... What are the disbenefits? Disbenefits are I'm just being a little bit too ahead of myself. But they might have Mystical Fire Clefable, which in that case would be slightly bad for me. And when I say slightly, I mean kind of a lot. Let's hope they use Follow Me. They do. They might use like Meteor Beam or something stupid. Okay, so I should have waited a turn to Dynamax. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So here's my, I suppose, general thought process here. I think if I just max Steel Spike the Clefable again and Body Press, I should be in a pretty good position here. They'll probably protect, right? No protect. So this Body Press should kind of do a lot. Potentially just straight knock them out. Because I have +4 defense. Okay, well, you have +1, I have +4. Let's see what happens. I actually think they might survive now, though. Yep, so that did save them. Okay. Let's see. Regieleki, yeah, that's pretty much their best bet right now. If I use Max Steel Spike and Trick Room, that's gonna put them in a pretty precarious position. I need to not jump the gun on this because I could lose if I Trick Room. So I think my safest bet is going to be just Max Overgrowth and Protect. It's that sucks. Okay. Now I'm starting to get a little bit stressed out about this. Because, well, okay, so let's think. They're probably not gonna Dynamax their 1 health Regieleki. They're just not. So, I mean, they might. I think what I have to do is Smart Strike the Cradilly right now and Body Press the Regieleki. It's a really, really hard call. They might actually Dynamax their 1 health Regieleki and it wouldn't put it past me. This I don't have faith in this. Yeah. So their Cradilly legitimately will be able to completely stall me out. So what are my benefits and disbenefits here? My benefits are that they probably have Hatterini in the back. My disbenefits are that I've left Craydilly alive for too long. Oh, wow. I don't have a choice, right? Oh. Okay. That might lose me the game. Okay, so with the reflect up, I'm not going to be surprised if they live. And I should have used body press. So instant potential losing play on my part. What's my hope here? My hope is that if I bring out okay, so they're gonna suppress my that's bad. That's really bad. That's really, really, really bad. So this is gonna be a really crazy game, actually. But I'm thinking if I send out Comfy and I use Floral Healing Body Press, I should be in the position to still pick this up. We can only hope. We can only hope. But I'm already farther behind than I would like to be at this point. I think the Iron Defense, again, is actually going to save me from them using Gastro Acid. But I would have liked that to, I don't know, just not exactly go that way. Okay, oh. Of course, of course. Okay, so the Max Quake should not knock out here if I'm correct. Okay, they target Comfy. Please body press. Oh, yes. Okay. Alright, now if I lose this, it's gonna be crazy. It's definitely possible. But I think what I just do is I use body press again, or I use Iron Defense one more time. I try to burn them, and that's pretty much all I can do. Oh, no, I don't need to. Okay. So the great stall game ensues. Can you stall me? Yeah, I win. I win. Holy crap, this game was crazy. So we're getting some really good residual healing on this grassy terrain. And they kind of like gave me more healing, right? So reflect wears off, that's the game. So, wow. Even with some less than great decisions, we still pull that one off. Because they apparently don't have Protect on their Cradilly, which I was hesitant to keep targeting Cradilly because I was afraid of Protect, but I think in the end it would have been a little bit better for me to get Cradilly off the field earlier, but it was nice that Cradilly in the end of the day wasn't really putting on that much more pressure than just being kind of a threat. So, or just like being there, I suppose. So I think if they had had Giga Drain instead of Sludge Bomb, that would have been slightly annoying for me. It wouldn't have got them anywhere against Bellboy for sure. You know, I just can't think of his name, Bronzong. Bell Bottom Boy. So, wow, Bronzong definitely champed that one out. And, you know, it turned out to be okay that I went for the Iron Defense again. So let's look at their team. Bobs. I definitely could have waited to Dynamax that one turn, like I said, but it worked out. Trick, Moonblast, Follow Me, and Imprison. Fiery Wrath, Hurricane, Sucker Punch, and Protect. Pretty interesting. I don't know how I feel about Sucker Punch. It's priority, so you get that. Bobs, again. Life Orb, that's interesting. Rocky Helmet. Suction Cups. Okay. That's, like, I guess, like, kinda good. I would have, if I was them, had, you know, Storm Drain or whatever it's called. Even though I guess the threat of Storm Drain is nice, but like look at how weak their special attack is. Like that thing is not set up to be offensive at all. Whereas my Cradilly knows Leech Seed, Stockpile, Protect, and Giga Drain. So like we're kind of ready to not act like this. Actually, you can also sub Protect for Ancient Power if you really want to be a stickler. And go. +1, go, everywhere. Every +1, give me them. I get the +1. Okay, Volt Switch, Wild Charge, Reflect, and Light Screen. I think they didn't use Volt Switch because they didn't want to switch out and have me one-shot their Rhyperior. However, Volt Switch would have done much more than Wild Charge, which did absolutely nothing. So, there's that. What the? Alright, man, like, do what you feel like you need to do, okay? Like, do what you feel like you need to do. I swear, like, when I'm using other people's teams, I face these crazy matches, though. Like, I actually do face some pretty crazy teams with my own team, but, like, it's like, jeez. What is this? Rock Blast, Mega Horn, Earthquake, and Ice Punch. Yeah, so I was significantly threatened by that, I'll be honest. Like, I didn't know what their Rhyperior had. I think if they had used, you know, Earthquake or Mega Horn on Bronzong instead of on Comfey, that would have got them a little bit somewhere, but the Floral Healing pressure is really hard to deny. So me choosing to bring Comfey in the back was a really smart and game-saving decision, honestly. Solid Rock Boy, yeah, well, you didn't survive the body press, so weakness policy. Yeah, so I mean, it's a really cool team, but I'm really glad that we were able to show off the threat of the Giga Watts random amalgamation team that, you know, probably is not so random to him, but to me feels like it just wins, and I don't know why it wins, but it does. Like, you know, I think it's Bronzong. Like, Bronzong is super clutch, and then, like, having these other really strong offensive threats that are hard to ignore. So, like, you send out Kartana Bronzong, like, Rotom Bronzong, and then you set up Bronzong while providing other really strong offensive threats that sweep their team in the meantime. So, let me stop there, and we'll get ready for the next match. Alright, my opponent here has Indeedee, a Kartana of their own, Landorus, Sun, maybe beat up, but probably not, because who would actually do the beat upping, and Lapras. So, I don't feel very good against this team. Because I would say my best bet is almost just Comfy Moltres. And then you just have to bring who in the back? Like, Rotom could be good here. So maybe if Moltres isn't a good lead and they don't bring Kartana, then we might switch in Rotom. And I just don't feel good about Kartana Dringus, so let's go for the Bronzong. They probably have a way to counter Moltres, I would imagine, though. So let's see, is X gonna give it to you? Indeedee Lapras, that's pretty smart, I would say. Moltres the Rowdy. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I think I'm actually going to double switch. And yeah, let's go. I'm switching in Bronzong into the Moltres slot so that it doesn't take a lot of damage if they, you know, max Hailstorm that slot. And I'm switching Rotom into the Comfy slot in case they, you know, want to Hydro Pump or whatever that slot. So we'll see what they do. They are going to Dynamax, which, you know, me conserving my Dynamax might save me, or it might put me at a disadvantage. We'll really just have to see. Resonance into... yeah, that's fine. Big damage. Big damage. Whoa. Okay, so let me see if their team doesn't like Trick Room. Cause even though Lapras is faster than most of... I still think it's worth it. There's an argument to be made for like maybe waiting a turn to do it, so maybe I Iron Defense this, protect, and max lightning. So I very well could have, you know, max lightninged the Lapras spot, expecting them not to follow me. However, first off, they might follow me. Second off, if they have a weakness policy, I don't really want to set it off. Sorry, I just bumped my mic. That's gonna suck. So, I mean, let's see. So, it might have actually been better for me to Trick Room the previous turn. Yeah, I mean, it does nothing. Yeah, that does some. That definitely does some. Alright, so what am I gonna do here? I think I'm gonna do something kind of dastardly. I don't know, like, I think I'm going to protect Bronzong and hard swap into Comfy. So they should at least go one into our boy. That's fine. So let's set up. Let's see, Thunderbolt into Bronzong, that's not going to save you. So I'm going to just use Floral Healing, Body, Iron Defense again. And then if they start targeting Comfy, I just protect. Okay. So I am, I think, gonna start body pressing now because of this, you know, quote-unquote pressure. It would be nice to just straight up go for the +6. But I feel like it would be kind of greedy. I do think, however, that we will still do pretty significant damage, and we can also taunt the Ndidi. That's gonna be rough. They thought they were gonna do so much. So yeah, this physical boy is just not really gonna help them very much right now. I am going to Trick Room again and Floral Healing. So potentially I should be trying to target down the Comfy right now just to get rid of it. And I think Arcanine's is a bigger threat all in all. We saw how it's not doing anything. But it depends on who he targets, right? So if he targets Comfy, he is doing something. They withdraw. This body press should do a lot to whoever they send out. Possibly just take it out. Okay, so they should shake off the taunt pretty soon, but I'm pretty sure Draining Kiss goes before Follow Me, so let's body press and let's, yeah, Draining Kiss. You're going down. You're going down. Do they have Detect, though? They have Detect. That's smart. Gotta have Detect. Okay. So what am I expecting from my opponent right now? I do expect that. I'm expecting them to use Follow Me Smart Strike, maybe? Like, how many turns of Trick Room are left? Trick Room has 2 turns. I could use this chance to get to plus whatever. Let's just use Iron Defense, and let's use Floor Healing. It's really risky. It's getting very risky. Right, okay, so I would have actually liked to maybe even protect my Comfy that turn. I'm not sure. Okay. So, let's think about this. I think we bring out Moltres. Moltres is pretty good actually against Kartana. We just used Body Press on Indeedee, and we used Fiery Wrath. I'm not gonna trip about getting the Nasty Plot off. Yep, that's what you do. Do they have double protect? No. Okay. So I could have done that last turn. Probably. Now, what do they have in the back? Do they still have Lapras, right? So I don't think they can really get out of this. I think I just Body Press Kartana and I protect. If they have like sheer cold, that's the one thing that I think would save them. Besides that, I think I just win. So okay, well they have Sacred Sword. And the Body Press now goes into Lapras, who should just go down. So, that's a win. Bronzong is king. Bronzong is king. I think that's going to be a whole video. Just King Bronzong. 2 wins. Straight off the bip. Like, I don't even know what to say about that, man. Like, so, you know, my apologies to Giga that there's probably only going to be two matches in this video because both of those matches were so long. However, you know, it's definitely time to, I would say, do the post-analysis. And, you know, maybe if I feel like it, I'll still use this team occasionally over the course of the rest of the season because it's, I would say this team so far is about on par with my Arctivish Thunderous team in terms of the, you know, ratio of how many I've won with this team. So out of the 8 matches that I've played with this team, 8 matches, I've won 5 and lost 3. But out of the 3 that I lost, I absolutely could have won at least 2 if I made one different decision. So this team is definitely performing really well, I would say, just like my Arctivish Thunderous team. However, I would say I maybe even feel slightly better about this team because the Arctivish Thunderous team relies a little bit too much on gimmicks. And this team did a really good job, like I was saying, like, making somebody look one way while I set up Bronzong and then just make Bronzong pretty much indestructible, apparently, because that's what it does, apparently. So, let's look at this team again while we talk about it. So, I I think I agree with pretty much everything on this team in terms of like items and movesets. I think the Citrus Berry definitely came in clutch on Rotom. There was instances where Will-O-Wisp was useful, and not that many instances where I really felt like I was missing Nasty Plot. So that's nice. Garchomp, I think, is the one thing that I was getting the least use out of, but at the same time, it was a really good saving grace against certain fire threats and things of that nature. So a lot of the time when I brought Garchomp, it was really just kind of there to like be there and then get sacked, or to like come in at the last minute and be like, ooh, look, I have Earthquake, I win, like. But like, besides that, it was hard to really find a good niche for Garchomp on this team. Maybe I just didn't really know how to pilot Garchomp onto the team, but I also, because of that, whenever I was using Garchomp, didn't really find a need for Swords Dance. So maybe that's something to think about. I'm sure Giga knows how to pilot this team better than I do, so he probably knows why you might want Swords Dance in certain instances, or when you might actually feel comfortable using Garchomp as your main offensive Pokemon on this team. However, I think maybe you could get away with a third offensive move instead of Swords Dance, and that would make Garchomp feel a little bit more versatile in some instances. Only having Rock Slide and Earthquake was okay, but it felt a little limiting at times. Comfey, I think there was definitely times where I needed the Focus Sash, but anytime that I needed the Focus Sash was pretty much because I was getting hit with a Steel move. So, you know, I think Babiri Berry definitely, there's an argument for it. And even in, like, that last match, for example, if I had had Babiri instead of Focus Sash, I might have lived the Smart Strike from the Kartana. So, I do think there's an argument for Focus Sash, but it's something to think about. It's just that, like, Comfey really doesn't get one shot that much. If it does, it's from a Steel move, which you can run Babiri Berry for, but there are definitely instances where having the Focus Sash is gonna, you know, help you out. And Protect is definitely, I would say, a really interesting tech to have on Comfey that just kind of people don't expect, and I never really felt like I was missing out by not having anything else. Like, you could have Giga Drain instead of Protect, and that would definitely work. However, I was never, like, really upset that I didn't have Giga Drain for this team. Kartana, it's a good Pokemon, you know? Like, I was lucky enough to be able to maneuver around fire and, like, not really get hit with any fire moves, because Kartana does have to look out for the fire. Even with the Assault Vest, it needs to look out for special attack moves. But I was having a lot of really good success with Kartana just by leading really unorthodox leads, which I think is one of the things that, all in all, like I was saying, was going really well for this team when I was using it. So I would do things like lead Kartana Rotom, Kartana Bronzong, Kartana Garchomp, and then just be like, well, here's my lead, let's see what happens. And then it pleasantly worked. So, you know, I think this team, more than anything, if you're not going to just lead, like, Comfey Moltres or, like, Bronzong something, you're going to lead two Pokemon that are just, like, I don't know which one I'm going to want right now. Do I want Kartana? Do I want Rotom? Do I want Moltres? Like, who is actually going to be my best against their potential lead? So sometimes you bring something that might be bad against one lead, and something that might be, you know, bad against a different lead, and, you know, that are good against the converse lead, right? And so you kind of just set yourself up with those, like, you know, options, which can be done on any team, but I just felt like this team benefited from that a little bit more, because I felt like I needed to do unorthodox leads quite a lot when I was doing those matches. But that might also speak to the fact that I haven't used Pokemon on this team that much, so there's that. But even with that, I was finding myself having very good success and piloting the team relatively smoothly, honestly. Moltres, yeah, you want to, set it up with the Draining Kiss, having the full healing. Support is really great, especially if you can be constantly putting yourself back up over half health and then going back down under half health. So, it's the boy has the ability to support itself, and yeah, I didn't use Moltres that much, but it's definitely something that can come in clutch. Rotom, like I said, just all over good boy. Give him a pat on the back, pet on the head, give him belly rubs, it worked, and it wasn't really that bad not being able to raise its special attack. The Hydro Pump does more with the rain up, like, it's fine. And the Will-O-Wisp was definitely nice. Bronzong, what I would say, honestly, kind of star of this team in some instances. Protect, Iron Defense, Trick Room, Body Press definitely makes sense. It's like a standard move set, whereas the nice thing about Bronzong as compared to like Ferrothorn is that instead of your last move being like Leech Seed or something, your last move gives you the ability to completely reverse the speed brackets, right? And then you can just set up Bronzong to really be in a more offensive position. You can like reverse other people's trick rooms, things like that, So Bronzong is really good with Iron Defense, Body Press, Trick Room, and Protect, honestly. Like, it was super clutch, and I'm just, I'm glad that I was able to pilot the team well, show off what it does. Definitely give Giga a watch, give him a like and subscribe. Like I said, he does a really good job talking about why he's doing what he's doing. So check Giga out, try out any of his teams. And I appreciate y'all for watching me too. So, give me a like and subscribe as well if you haven't yet. We are trying to hit that 100 sub mark so we can, I don't know, just hit 100, because why not? Let's grow the community, and I do appreciate y'all who have been here with me as I am growing and, trying to get better as a player. So, with that being said, let's stop the recording, and yeah, thank you to Giga for, creating this team and giving me something really interesting to try out. Next, we will be trying RandomGaming VGC's Triple Beast team with NK, Suicune, and Raikou. So Triple Beasts. But let me get ready to let me get ready to turn on the outro. Where is it? Where's it? Where's the outro? Where'd it go? I lost it. Peace out, y'all. Thanks for being here.